Alright there you guys, we're back at Yogi Instinct and we have another crazy Japanese box sitting right in front of us, and I know you've been dying to see that. So without further ado, let's quickly unbox the box and finally found what's inside. But before we do unboxing, just a quick note. Don't forget to subscribe by just searching me on YouTube. Go to Yogi Instinct and subscribe. Whenever you do, hit the bell icon and go for all so that you can never miss an update from Yogi Instinct. Alright, so let's further ado and start with the crazy unboxing today. Alright, well, crazy enough, this is an awesome launcher, the first start of the bat. It says Beyblade Spring Shooter, the evolutionary from the Baygoma. Power up for the 21st century with super speed. It doesn't even say super, it says super. And this is kind of a different grip. It's something that Kai used, Kai Hivatari. And basically it's spring loaded. It's not just a grip, it's basically a launcher together. So there's this hole that's supposed to go from here and hit inside the launcher. Okay, I'm having a little difficulty putting that in. I don't know how Kai was able to do this with style, and that too every time. I can't even put it straight once. He did it all the time. Funny, right? Well, he's Kai, I'm not. And this is how it works. So basically whenever you pull out, you get an extra push from the launcher so that you launch even more faster. And that is kind of nice, to be honest. That way you can launch with more speed maybe. But this only comes for right spin. I don't think they ever made a left spin like this, but they definitely did the right spin version of that, and the grip is quite sturdy too. So let's check for the first Beyblade that we get out of the lot. We get Dragoon G, or Cross Dragoon, or I don't know how they say the name of the parts, but basically it's got the base from Dragoon V2 and the tip from Aerial. Now the bay is just in a very bad condition, it's all yellowed out, but the tip is quite new, it's like almost never used. And here we have Galman. Now what's crazy part about Galman is that Galman looks like a Dragoon bay regularly, like with the flat semi-flat base on there, mostly for stamina. But the best part is that the sub AR moves to give you a complete circle. This would be crazy defense Beyblade if you ever use. So if you can see, it's all just exactly spiked like Galman's stop AR, but when this moves, it basically makes Galman a full circle, which is a very good thing for a defense Beyblade. But this was like a semi-attack that they made, so that's kind of crazy looking Beyblade, isn't it? It's like almost circled out there. Maybe this is what you're looking for, when you make a defense Beyblade out there. And the color is pretty nice too. Purple, kind of like my favorite too. And here's DRIGER Slash. I mean, how can we not have a DRIGER in a Beyblade lot when we buy it? Definitely, we had to have to. The only downside is the little red clip that didn't come with a white one. But I guess we got. And it's like really crazy minted. So I'll probably use a base that I have, a good one, and I'll just put it there. And maybe use the other one then. And here we have another Vyborg. Well, these Vyborg Beyblades are like crazy. The best part about them is that you can simply, push the pin out, push them in, and push them back out. So you can transform yourself from stamina to attack any day, right? And I like 4 of these now. I'm trying to sell a few because 4 or more is basically just too much of Vyborg, so I'll just sell them for very cheap. It's a must Beyblade, guys. And there it is. That's Master DRACIEL. Now it's a crazy defense Beyblade. I know it doesn't have the bit chip right now, but it's still a very defensive Beyblade. If you just use the AR itself, that's like pure stamina. and I think there's a sticker on there from DRANZER. Let me try to peel it off. Maybe I can get it off there and get, you know, working up. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull this off and I'm gonna put it away because it's definitely a DRANZER sticker as far as I know. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm pretty much sure this is from DRANZER F. And here we have another Seaboard 2. It's a crazy strong attack ring, and the way the defense part covers the attack ring is just tremendous. And it's really big, honestly. I mean, the color blue, everyone likes blue, right? Well, I certainly do. And there is Dragoon S, Dragoon Storm, whatever you want to call it. It's coming with a different base, although that's like a Volborg 1 base with a green 10 heavy, right? Or maybe 10 balance, I think. Yeah, I think that's 10 balance. But the way it is all green, that looks really sick. Really, really sick. I'm probably gonna keep that in, you know, DRANZER, black DRANZER that I have. That's gonna be more OP looking that way. Dragoon S with bearing base, nice. Next bull, what we have here is Master Dragoon. Well, this Beyblade might look like, you know, DRANZER GT, but it's a little bit different. And the best part is that this Beyblade is actually the best attack type Beyblade ever. Like the smash attack potential of Master Dragoon, you can't replicate anywhere, just not anywhere. The way this hits is like it's gonna swoop you out of the stadium right away whenever you get hit. And then there is this Galsley. You know, there's so many crazy Galsleys I have now. And this one with a Kenny picture on there looks really cute, to be honest. And you know, the small little base there. But Kenny's bid chip, that just reminds me of, you know, all the series that I've been saying so far. And we have a finally confirmed series on Cartoon Network too. So that reminds me of that. And next part, apart from the little red dots on the simple base, is that it's just semi-flat. It's gotta go stamina. And then we have its opponent. We have DRACIEL Shield. Right, so that was the first DRACIEL after DRACIEL actually got in the Beyblade. You know, like the Bit Beast itself. And, you know, that really makes it crazy looking Beyblade out there. It's on its own. And out of that, we have Volborg 2. Now, Volborg 2 is a very crazy Beyblade, guys. You know why? Because, not just because of the attack ring that it's both the Tri-Wolf attack ring. As you can see, in every wolf is a bit different than the original wolf on there. And it supports in a bearing base. So basically, you got bearing in that Beyblade. So that's where the bearing started from. It's a rubber based bearing, so it gives you a lot of stamina on there. It does get worn out, so you must have a multiple copies before you actually start using it, because when you do, this base is gonna worn out real quick because of rubber. If made out of palm material, maybe much more better. And here's Spike Lizard. Right, this is the crazy Beyblade you saw back in the V-FORCE, right? I think it was V-FORCE, you know, when the Beyblade came out of the sea and fought Tyson. They were on the way to their tournament or something. And it's got these crazy looking rollers on the side. I don't even think it's gonna spin properly. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's gonna spin properly, but it looks really dope. The green color, the orange and all that. Okay, next one, we have another Dragoon S. However, this time we do have the Dragoon Phantom Grip base. Now this is a very crazy looking and crazy working attack Beyblade, because with Dragoon S you get a lot of smash hit potential, and with Dragoon F base you get a lot of stamina at the same time of attack. So it's gonna hit really hard. And then there's Dragoon Phantom itself. Right, the attack ring wasn't much great of a success, but the base was, and it's kind of rare too by now. And here we have a Seaborg. Wait a second. What's that bit chip doing there? That looks a little weird. That looks like a tiger jumping out wearing a suit. Huh. That's strange. This can't be an original Beyblade because the bit chip itself looks a little bit different. Plus the material doesn't feel like an original Beyblade. Plus they never made a black tip, did they? Well, I've got to open this up and find out if this actually is a real one. So let's check it out, guys. I mean, I'm quite interested. They never made a black tip. So I'm gonna open this up and I'm gonna see if it still has the code and everything. Oh no, it doesn't. It's definitely a fake one that I've got. Well, whenever you get the lots, you're definitely supposed to get a few fakes in there, and looks like I hit a brick wall getting this fake because there's definitely no signature or sign of the original Takara Fumi or Takara Tomy logo back on there. And look at the disc, it's definitely a fake, guys. So beware, whenever you get lots, you can definitely get a fake in there, maybe at least one or two, and the entire thing is fake. But at least, having this, we can definitely have some fun with Seaborg now because it won't break that easy. Yeah, you must have seen my Instagram post where I broke one already. So that happened. And then we have this DRIGER with a crazy looking shiny sticker on there, and a couple of stickers have worn out, but we got a DRIGER F and we can play with that. And there's a little black base. I'm probably gonna use it a different Beyblade and leave it be that way, because this is like for using. You can't really store much. You have to play with them. If you can't play with them, there's no need of getting them. And here it is, Flash Leopard 1, the first Beyblade that made Tyson puzzled out that what was actually going on. He couldn't even see this Beyblade, that was that fast. And with this kind of base, I hardly doubt how Ozuma was actually able to keep that up. He didn't even have a good base on there. And then there we have Master DRANZER, who's there was a version of this Beyblade that was released by Hasbro called the Hyperblade, and it just reminds me of that color. If I can get any day, I'll just be in love with that Master DRANZER. Alright, and the next one we have right now is another fake Seaborg. My god, we have two of them now. So even if we do break one, we have one with a black tip and one with a red tip. And I'm just gonna open it up to see if it's a fake. Yeah, it's definitely a fake. As you can see, a Beyblade would never have this kind of structure, like hollowed out inside. And as you can see, both of them being fake, they fit exactly the same and they look exactly the same. It's how crazy looking it is. Yep, no markings inside and nothing on there, honestly, but it looks like a real deal, but it actually isn't. When in time of plastic generation, the disc is real, but it's when plastic generations were released, it was just way too difficult to find out if the Beyblade was real or not, because it wasn't easy like Burst. You can still just identify right away. And then there is DRANZER S or DRANZER Spiral. Now, why this Beyblade was actually popular, because this made Kai an endurance blader. Basically, he could switch between attack and stamina whenever he wanted to. And how he was actually able to do it, I'm going to show that to you. So basically what he used to do, there's a little clip here. If you turn it and twist it, you can go to attack. Or if you turn and twist it, you go back to stamina. There's a very minute tip that's come out and gives you a little more edge in the games, but you can go attack and then you can go stamina, so it makes you a lot of endurance on there, kind of like the ultimate balance mode of Diablo Nemesis, but in a better way. And it's switchable between the battle. If you hit too hard, it's probably going to automatically switch into attack or stamina, whichever way it hits. And then we have Salamolion, right, the angry little kid who had this back in the Russian series when they were visiting Russia. and it's got a crazy looking attack tip. Previously I had one, and because of the housekeeping and all that, I broke its tip, and it just looked weird, honestly, because the tip is really fragile, and I wouldn't recommend playing with that. The attack ring is definitely good though, but the base not so much. Alright, next one we have, this one is actually my favorite, because this one not only is Master Trigger, but it also has a little picture of Ray, and these were one of the most rarest bit chip emblems that you could get, and getting one with a Ray, that's just crazy awesome it is. And then we have the star of the lot, Dragoon S metallic version, dark. So there came two versions of it. Previously I unboxed the lighter version, and here is a darker version, but it's all metallic and all that, and it looks really beautiful, right? I mean, look at the Beyblade. The bit chip doesn't match, but once I can find the right bit chip for it, it's gonna look really crazy, really crazy. So that's Dragoon S for you guys. I mean, look at the height. That is no height for a Beyblade, even smaller than Victory Valkyrie or your regular Nightmare Longinus, because this is crazy height. And then we have the most important part that I was waiting for, which is Dragoon V Silver Koro edition. I recently got the stickers of that, so I'm not worried about the worn out stickers. I'm probably gonna apply the new stickers on here and make it look even more awesome. But the silver color, that's actually killing me, guys. The silver color, I'm in love with it. There's one a split attachment that didn't come right, but I think maybe I can find it in my spare parts and make it full full way of complete Koro edition, because one chip is just like a black spot on a moon. And that's it. That's much for pretty much today for the unboxing. I'm gonna assemble all these back on together, so we can go ahead and further discuss what we discussed, what we kind of got through the lot. So basically, guys, this was it for today's video. I hope you really enjoyed the way I narrate my videos and unboxings. I'm probably gonna bring more stuff from Plastic Generation and Burst 2 and MFB as well. I just need your support to make sure that you stay tuned in and you work up with the likes and subscribe and comment and share. So don't forget to do that, and do visit IBA. There's crazy contests going. Till then, Yogi Instinct signs out.